The Seat Ateca was the first SUV of the brand Seat, and it was so successful that it takes up to more than a year from order to delivery. And now Seat creates the new performance brand called Cupra, and the first car they develop is called Cupra Ateca, and this is the car we're driving today. To be a real sporty SUV, the Cupra Ateca must feature the right engine, and with that car you always will have on board the 4-cylinder 2-litre TSI engine, and that delivers 221 kilowatts or 300 horsepower, and more important, I think it delivers up to 400 newton meters of maximum torque, and that between 2000 and 5200 revs. So that really gives you a car that accelerates even from lower revs very nicely. That is always combined with a 7-speed DSG, and that is enough to accelerate that little SUV rocket in only 5.2 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, and top speed here is 247 kilometers per hour. Cupra as a brand says they want to be modern and they want to provide some luxury, and that is something that you can really see and feel while being in the Cupra Ateca, because the car comes with loads of equipment as standard. So for instance, we do have an instrument cluster which is a full digital cockpit, and that provides you 10.25 inch in diameter, and that features different modes. So you can have a mode where you can see the sat nav, and you can have a mode which is quite minimalized, so you can have only the most important things. And only with the Cupra Ateca you can have a sport mode where the rev meter is in the center of the cockpit, so you can really focus on your revs while driving the car sporty. On top of this, we do have, for instance, an up to 8-inch touchscreen here in the car with the infotainment, and that works really well. And so the whole of the car really provides you with everything you're looking at. For instance, let's talk about the seats. The seats, they really provide a lot of comfort, and they have an optional extra, which are bucket seats. These are the seats we do have in our car, and they really provide you with the amount of support you want when you drive that car a bit more sporty. And of course, that car offers everything to connect your mobile devices. So you can choose between using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, or you can choose the Bluetooth system, and then you can charge your mobile device with the wireless charging system, which comes as standard with the car as well.
The door panel and seats are upholstered with Alcantara. The sport leather steering wheel and the gear knob featuring copper-colored contrasting stitching. As known from the Leon Cupra, the inside of the door has the typical carbon fiber look. Our car comes with a so-called black package for the interior, which means everything that is normally chrome now is completely pitch black. And this look works absolutely perfectly with the Cupra Ateca.
The first impression of the Cupra Ateca is it doesn't look like a completely different car, but there is something really special with that car. The first thing, of course, is the logo of the brand, which I think is quite prominent here at the front grille. But if that's not enough to see that's a Cupra, you have this sign down here at the lower air intake, which really makes it completely clear, here comes a Cupra. But on the other hand, we do have other things like these glossy black applications, like here the grille with the lower air intakes, with the big air intakes here, or the same at the side of the car. And very important is the Cupra comes with a lot of equipment as standard. For instance, we do have full LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights as standard.
The Cupra Ateca is available in 6 different colors: energy blue, velvet red, brilliant silver, rhodium grey, magic black and Nevada white.
Looking at the side of the car, that really looks a lot like a standard Ateca, but we do have a different front and rear bumper, and of course we do find some special Cupra stuff, like these glossy applications, like here at the rear mirror, up here at the frames of the side windows, and of course down there. But more important is that car comes with special rims, 19-inch, and I think they look really great. And very important, there's an optional feature here at the car, which are the Brembo Brakes. They not only look really great, they also do an absolutely great job. And when you look at the whole of the car, I think it looks really sporty, and that even though it is just 10 millimeters lower than the standard Ateca. The Cupra Ateca features nearly the same space at the interior as the standard Ateca does. And so that means that even me as a tall person, I do have plenty of space here at the driver or co-driver seat. And I do find a perfect position. I can put the steering wheel the way I want, so I can really feel myself very comfortable in that car. And even behind me, there is still enough space. And that is the same with the boot size. The Cupra Ateca features 485 liters of boot capacity with the rear seats up, and of course, if you fold them down, that increases to a number far above 1,000 liters. At the rear of the car, you can really see the big difference between that and the standard Ateca. We do have this very nice spoiler up here, and of course, we do have the Cupra logo here, but we on top have LED taillights and of course the Cupra signature here. But the most important part is the rear bumper with the integrated diffuser and of course these beautiful 4 big exhausts. Cupra says the Ateca should take between 8.5 up to 8.9 liters in average per 100 kilometer driven. And that's not so far away from what we explored during our test drive. We drove the car a bit more sporty, and I think you should think about something between 10 up to 11 liters per 100 kilometer driven. I think that's quite fair, but if you really push the car to the limit, which we did from time to time, and if you really drive it fast and hard, you should expect something above 15 liters. That's really possible. But on the other hand, you then have loads, absolutely loads of fun. The most important bit with the Cupra Ateca for me is for sure how it drives. And I have to say, that car really is absolutely pure fun to drive. We have a very precise steering. The Brembo brakes we have on our car, they're doing a great job. We have no fading at all. And then the suspension is stiff enough to really provide that car with the drive you want. You can choose between different drive modes. I have to say I always use the Cupra mode, which is the most sportiest one, and that really fits the car perfectly. And when you then drive with that car through this very nice countryside roads here and really push it to the limit, and then use the Cupra mode, and if you want, you can use the manual shifting with a 7-speed gearbox here with the paddles at the steering wheel. That really provides you with the drive. And we do have a 4-wheel drive system, the 4Drive, as standard on board as well, and that then combined with a 7-speed DSG gearbox, 400 Newton meters and 300 horsepower, that really is an absolute pleasure to drive this really sporty small SUV. Of course, the Cupra Ateca features different drive modes. There are a comfort mode, sport, an individual mode, and a snow mode as well. But to be really honest, I always drive in the Cupra mode because everything else means less fun. Another, let's say, premium thing of the Cupra Ateca is the noise level inside of the car. When you drive the car easy and slow, it is so quiet in the car that is really pure premium. And of course, if you drive the car more sporty, you get the pure Cupra sound, but still the car is very well insulated. I think that really is a premium feature. And if you ask me if there's anything I do not like with the Cupra Ateca, I have to say, sorry, I can't find any. And now let's have some fun. We use the Cupra mode.
Different to a standard Seat Ateca, which you can already order from 20,900 euros onwards in Germany, the Cupra Ateca starts at 42,850 euros. But then it will not feature the 1-liter 3-cylinder petrol engine with 115 horsepower. It will feature the 2-liter turbo engine with 300, and on top it offers all-wheel drive and automatic, as well as loads of equipment.
So that was my first test drive with the new Cupra Ateca, the new sporty compact SUV out of the Seat group. And I really have to say, driving that car here in Spain on these narrow roads with all the turns and curves, it's an absolute pleasure. No, it is pure fun to drive that car here. And I think that car really is something unique, because if you look at other compact cars, which are, let's say, pricey, you will not find any car which has this amount of power, this amount of joy to drive, because the Cupra Ateca starts at an entrance price less than 45,000 euros. And even our test car, which features the extra brakes from Brembo, bucket seats and all the other stuff, that car costs you a bit more than 50,000 euros. And if you then compare that with, let's say, premium SUVs, they may offer this amount of power, like the AMG versions of the GLC or something like a Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, but then you have to pay, let's say, from 70,000 euros onwards. So, and this is the reason why I really think that this sporty SUV absolutely just started to create a completely new market.